the number two,
Two.
T.org, T2T.org. That'll be in the show notes as well. And if you're enjoying our show today, please take a moment to subscribe wherever you're listening. It sends a signal that helps others discover our podcast. So thank you for taking a quick moment to do that right now. And as a reminder, you can get your staffing employees access to therapists, doctors, and prescription meds that, as paradoxical as it seems, actually increases your company's net profits. Real gains that can change how a business is valued. Contact us today at addbackbenefits.com. So, last question for you, Frank.
Sure.
A year from now, what is one very specific thing that you hope to be celebrating?
Well, besides my 80th birthday, I just want to see the business continue to grow. I mean, I've seen births, house purchases. I've seen people go on to be very, very successful. It's just, I mean, you start a business to make a living. We had a fabulous living on that. But beyond that, you look at the people and you look at what you've created, and that gives me a tremendous feeling, as it does to see what Tunnel to Towers has done with the Columbus. How many kids have we educated? 400 or 500. Now it's about 500 a year in our program. So, um, it's a blessing, and so that's what motivates me. And I say, I only wish I could do it all over again.
You've had so much fun, you just want to hit repeat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I've been married for 53 years. Italians don't divorce. I don't know. All our friends are still married, long-term marriages. My wife, Carol.
Frank,
And
go ahead, Frank. Last thought there.
I'll give a shout out to my 7 grandchildren: Isabella, Gianna, Sophia, Frankie, Francesca, and Alex, and Michael, and Annabella. I'm blessed. I've been working with the Thalassemia Foundation too, and I've been running an event for them for 20, 25 years, kind of backing off now because I'm spending a lot of time with Tunnel to Towers. But I was honored by them 25 to 30 years ago, and they put a little baby in my arms. And they told me she's a life expectancy. Maybe she'll be 10 years old when she passes. And she needed transfusions every month. They'd go for a full, half their transfuse or half their body. And I was supposed to be one and done. I had not done nothing for this foundation. They knew me. I had 2 friends, members of Columbus Foundation, that were affected by this. One lost 2 daughters, and the other lost a brother. And so I said, okay, I was 2 honorees, 3 honorees. As a matter of fact, Rudy Giuliani was one, and another friend of mine from the Columbus Foundation. And our job was to fill the plaza. Thankfully, it's only 400 people in the plaza. We did it, and it was over. But they put that kid in my arms. She's now a nurse. Deal. And you see this, and she's got 2 children, and but yet we had a planning meeting a couple of years ago. We had a beautiful little baby. Parents came in. They had the baby. They had full-blown thalassemia. And it's big in the Italian community. But you know how they had big families years ago when, 3 died? It was thalassemia, which is a blood disorder in the sickle cell anemia family. At any rate, uh, 3. So we had this little baby, and the family had the baby because now they can test in vitro, so they knew ahead of time. They came to the foundation, small foundation. It's a kind of orphan disease now. It's not that many people have. It's big in China, believe it or not, and that's what a lot of Chinese babies that are adopted. They don't want to handle them. They have this thalassemia. So, make a long story short, they this baby, beautiful baby, she came to our event that year, and 2 months later, she passed. So, what do you do? How do you walk away from that? How do you walk away from that? And, so that, and then we've been, raising money for them for you. All I do now is one event a year. Started the Columbus Club, then went to the Grand Havana Room, but one honoree decided to bring his wife, and that was the end of it. We had to get out of the Grand Havana room because they couldn't stand the smoke. So we had to move it over to Pier 17.
All right.
And I called my good friend Sal Casano. I said, I want your fireboat to send the fireboat. And they did the whole 9 yards because it was Pier 17 in Manhattan. And we had the fireboat. It was nice. With all the
so many good stories. Frank Fusaro from the Forum Group, I want to be the first to thank you for sharing both your time and your story with us today. I really appreciate it.
And I want to apologize for telling all these stories.
I won't accept that apology. Folks, that's a wrap on another episode of the Inspired Stories podcast. Thanks for learning with us. And if one thing stood out, put that into action today.